Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our subject is contemporary issues and trends in education. It is lecture number 20 and today our topic is information and communication technology in education. Outlines of lectures are: what is ICT? Advantages and disadvantages of ICT tools, ICT in education, learning through internet and computer, and role of ICT in education. First of all, we see that what is ICT? ICT means information and communication technology. This is an extensional term for information technology, means IT, that stresses the role of unified communications and the integration. Integration of what? Integration of telecommunication like telephones, lines and wireless signals and computers, as well as necessary enterprise software, middleware, storage and audiovisual systems that enable users to access, store, transmit and manipulate information. Information and communication technology can be defined as the use of hardware and software for efficient management of information. The term ICT is used to refer to the convergence of audiovisual and telephone network and computer network to the single cabling or link system. So there are large economic incentives to merge the telephone network with the computer network system using a single unified system of cabling, single distribution and management. ICT is an umbrella term that includes any communication device encompassing radio, television, cell phones, computer and network hardware, satellite systems and so on, as well as the various services and appliances with them, such as video conferencing and distance learning. It refers to the forms of technology that are used to transmit, store, create, share and exchange particular tasks. It plays an important role in the way we communicate, learn and live. ICT is a broad subject and a concept that involving it covers any product that will store, retrieve, manipulate, transmit or receive information electronically in a digital form. For example, personal computer, digital television, email or robots. Theoretical differences between interpersonal communication technologies and mass communication technologies have been identified by the philosopher B.Ed. So skills framework for the information age is one of the many models for describing and managing competencies for ICT professional for the 21st century. Worldwide research has shown that ICT can lead to an improved student learning and better teaching methods. A report made by the National Institute of Multimedia Education in Japan proved that an increase in student exposure to educational ICT through curriculum integration has a significant and positive impact on students' achievement, especially in terms of knowledge, comprehension, practical skill, and presentation skill in subject area such as mathematics, science, and social study. Educational ICT tools can be divided into three categories. The first one is input source, and the second one is output source, and the third one is others. Now we will discuss that what are the three main advantages of ICT tools in education. Through ICT, images can easily be used in teaching and improving the retentive memory of students. Through ICT, teachers can easily explain complex instructions and ensure students' comprehension. Through ICT, teachers are able to create interactive classes and make the lessons more enjoyable, which could improve students' attendance, and concentrations. In main advantages of ICT tools in education, enhance the modes of communication. Moreover, it is cost efficient. It is paperless, eliminates the use of papers. It has better teaching and learning methods. It enhanced data and information security. It minimizes the cost and save time. It is easy student management. It provides automatic solutions to manual paper-based process and procedures. Then there are some disadvantages of ICT tools in education. So what are those? Setting up the devices can be very troublesome, because if you don't know about computers and you are using for the first time, so it will create a lot of problems for you, because sometimes there happens a very minor problem and it becomes a very tension for the students or users. These are too expensive to afford, because normally the people cannot afford ICT tools. So there are different disadvantages, like misleading and misguiding information we get from ICT. There is always remains a risk of cyber attacks and hacks. There is also a risk to the traditional book and handwriting methods. And there is a danger of implementing computers and the internet for ICT replace the convention education curriculums. Managing courses online is difficult. It has a misuse of technology. Through IT may have changed and more convenient. It also brought along privacy and security issues, from email hacking, phone signals interpretation. For example, people are worried that personal information may become public knowledge. It is hard for the teachers to use with the lack of experience using ICT tools. Mostly in Pakistan, the teachers don't have the knowledge of ICT tools. They are not aware of handling the multimedia, handling the computers, or to teach through multimedia or through computers in the classrooms. Even they don't know how to prepare the lessons through PowerPoint or MS Word or MS Office. So these are some difficulties in Pakistan. Now there are some limitations of ICT, like we may face the hardware issues. We may face the issues of speed of components. Then we may face the issues related to software limitations, like poorly written and incompatible software is there. Communication limitations may be there, like commons bottleneck, shared broadband. So inappropriate designs, poorly designed, poor data control and mechanisms. So these are some limitations that we can face in Pakistan. What does ICT in education means? Information and communication technology can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into curriculum. Schools use a diverse set of ICT tools to communicate, create, disseminate, store and manage information. In some context, ICT has also become integral to the teaching learning interactions through such approach as replacing callboard with interactive digital whiteboards, using students' own smartphones or other devices for learning during class time, and flipped classroom model where students watch lectures at home on the computer and use classroom time for more interactive exercises. ICT in education means teaching and learning through ICT. Education policymakers and planners must first of all be clear about what educational outcomes are being targeted. These broad goals should guide the choice of technologies to be used and their modalities of use. When teachers are digitally literate and trained to use ICT, so these approaches can lead to the higher order thinking skills, provide creative and individualized options for students to express their understandings, and have students better prepared to deal with ongoing technological change in society and the workplace. The potential of each technology varies according to how it is used. Other than Drexler identified at least 5 levels of technology used in education, like presentations, demonstration, drill and practice, interaction and collaboration. Each of the different ICTs, print, audio, video, cassettes, radio and TV broadcast, computers or the internet may be used for presentation and demonstration, the most basic of the 5 levels. Except for video technologies, drill and practice may likewise be performed using the whole range of technologies. On the other hand, network computers and internet are the ICTs that enable interactive and collaborative learning best. Their full potential as educational tools will remain unrealized if they are used merely for presentations or demonstration. Now we discuss that ICT in education. As UNESCO considers that ICT can contribute to the universal access to education, equity in education, and the delivery of quality learning and teaching. Education policymakers and planners must first of all be clear about what educational outcomes, which is discussed before, are being targeted. These broad goals should guide the choice of technologies to be used and their modalities of use. Moreover, the teacher's professional development and improve educational management, governance and administration, provided the right mix of policies, technologies and capacities are in place. UNESCO takes a comprehensive approach to ICTs in education. It is through the organization's inter-sectoral platform that it focuses on the joint work of communication and information and education and science sectors, where the issues of access, inclusions, equity and quality in education can be addressed. So the potential of each technology varies according to how it is used. Moreover, UNESCO, according to UNESCO, its country and regional offices as well as institutions in collaboration with its partners develop resources that can help countries elaborate effective ICTs and education policies, strategies and activities. So this includes ensuring that strategies meet the challenges caused by the digital divide and the most disadvantaged populations. Each of the different ICT prints, audiovisual, cassettes, radio and TV broadcast, computers or the internet may be used for the presentations and demonstration. The most basics of 5 levels, except for videos technologies, drill and practices may likewise be performed using the whole range of technologies. On the other hand, network computers and the internet are the ICTs that enable interactive and collaborative learning best. Their full potential as educational tool will remain unrealized if they are used merely for presentation or demonstration. Its program includes capacity building and policy advice for the use of technologies in education, particularly in emerging domains such as mobile learning, ensuring that teachers have the skills necessary to the use ICTs in all respects of their professionals. Practice to tools such as ICT competency framework for teachers, supporting the use and development of multilingual education resources and software which are available for use and reuse as a result of open licenses or open educational resources. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technologies that we know and are defined for the purposes of this premier as the diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate and to create, disseminate, store, and manage information. So these technologies include computers, the internet, the broadcasting technologies like radio and televisions, and the telephony to be used and their modalities of use. Moreover, the ICT in education, like promoting ICTs for inclusive education, and including for persons with disabilities and gender equality. Collecting statistics and developing indicators on the use of ICTs in education, providing policy support to ensure that potential of ICTs are harnessed effectively throughout the education system. The UNESCO Institute for Information Technologies in Education, based in Moscow, specializes in information exchange, research, and training on the integration of ICTs in education. UNESCO Bangkok office is notably involved in ICTs for education in Asia and the Pacific. UNESCO works with the educational community worldwide, ministries of education, specialized institutions, teachers, and of course learners to effectively leverage the potential of ICTs in order to benefit quality teaching and learning. The potential of each technology varies according to how it is used. How have computers and the internet been used for teaching and learning? We all know that learning through computers and the internet combines learning about them with the learning with them. It involves learning the technological skills just in time or when the learners need to learn them as he or she engages in a curriculum related activity. For example, secondary school students who must present a report on the impact on their community of an increase in the price of oil for the economic class may start doing research online using spreadsheets and database programs to help organize the data they have collected, as well as using word processing applications to prepare their written report. So therefore the learning through computer is a vital way to be defined as ICT, adhered to computer literacy. So there are three general approaches to the instructional use of computers and internet, namely the learning about computers and internet, and which technological literacy is the end goal. And learning with the computers and internet, and which the technology facilitates learning across the curriculum. And learning through computers and the internet, integrating technological skills development with the curriculum applications. And it is also used for doing different kinds of research. What does it mean to learn about computers and internet? Learning about computers and internet focuses on developing technological literacy. It typically includes fundamentals like basic terms, concept, and operations, use of the keyboard and mouse, use of productivity tools such as word processing, spreadsheets, database, and graphics programs, use of research and collaboration tools such as search engines and emails. Basic skills in using programming and authoring applications such as Logo or Hyper Studio. Developing an awareness of the social impact of technological change. What does it mean to learn about computer and the internet? This is what we are learning. Learning with the technology means focusing on how the technology can be the mean to learning ends across the curriculum. It includes presentations, demonstrations, and the manipulation of data using productivity tools. Use of curriculum specific applications types such as educational games, drills and practice simulation tutorials, virtual libraries, laboratories, visualizations, and graphical representations of abstract concepts, musical compositions, and expert systems, and the use of information and resources on CD-ROM or online such as encyclopedia, interactive maps, and atlases, electronic journals, and other references. Moreover, learning through computers and the internet combines learning about them with the learning with them. It involves learning the technological skill just in time or when the learners need to learn them as he or she engages in a curriculum related activity. For example, secondary school students who must present a report on the impact on their community of the increase and the price of oil, or for economics class may start doing research online using spreadsheets and database programs to help organize and analyze the data they have collected, as well as using a word processing applications to prepare their written report. Many higher education institutions offering distance education courses, they have started to leverage the internet to improve their programs reach and quality. The virtual university of the Mountain Institutes of Technology in Mexico uses a combination of print, live, and recorded broadcast and the internet to deliver courses to students throughout Mexico and the several Latin American countries. Similarly, the African Virtual University, initiated in 1997 with funding support from the World Bank, uses satellite and internet technologies to provide distance learning opportunities to individuals in various English speaking and French speaking countries throughout Africa. Moreover, in Korea, where infrastructure is among the best in the world and government has put considerable financial and other resources behind the ambitious ICT based retooling of its educational system, challenges to online educational persist. Internet and web based initiatives have also been developed at the secondary education level. The virtual high school is a result of efforts of the nationwide consortium of the school districts in the United States to promote the development and sharing of web based courses. In Canada, Open School offers a wide range of courses and resources to grade K-12 teachers and students that meet the requirements of the British Columbia curriculum. Course delivery is done through a mixed broadcast and video, while some courses are delivered totally online. While the Philippines fare relatively poor in ICT access and use, the skills and talent of Filipino IT experts have been viewed to be competitive. Results of survey by the First Economic Review in September 1999 suggested that Philippines then ranked second to India in terms of quality, cost, and availability of skilled IT workers in Asia, making them very much in demand in many parts of the world. What is the role of ICT in education? Nowadays, information and communication technology, especially internet in the education sectors, plays an important role, especially in the process of empowering the technology into the educational activities. Education sector can be the most effective sector to anticipate and eliminate the negative impact of ICT. Technology like internet is, and another side, can be the most effective way to increase the students' knowledge. Being aware of the significant role of ICT in our life, especially in the educational activities. Education authorities should be wise enough in implementing the strategies to empower ICT in supporting the teaching and learning process in the classrooms. ICT is not just the bloom of educational activities, but also it will be the secondary option to improve the effective and meaningful educational process. So this was all about this. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.